Hey guys, Harrison here, and today we're going to be checking out the Fotga Sony E-mount to Canon EF mount lens adapter. So normally, camera lenses will only connect to cameras from the same brand. So for instance, this Nikon lens will normally only connect to a Nikon camera. So then what do you do if you want to use a lens from one company on the camera from another? Well, that's when you're going to want to use an adapter like the Fotga one here, which is specifically for connecting Canon EF lenses to Sony E-mount cameras like the A6300. So one of the main features of the Fotga adapter is that it has built-in electronics which allows the lenses you connect to talk to the actual camera body, and this allows you to electronically control the lens aperture as well as also get some basic autofocus. Let's talk a bit more about autofocus because that's probably the main reason you'd want to buy the Fotga adapter over a cheaper, more basic one. For photography, the adapter has its pros and its cons. So first off, this adapter is pretty slow to focus, so you're not going to be able to use this for things like sports photography or situations where your subject's moving past quickly. But if you're in a situation where your subject's moving slowly or still and you've got time to set up your shot, then this adapter can work pretty well. Landscapes and nature photography are both examples of where this adapter works pretty well, along with things like portrait or product photography. Sometimes though, regardless of whether you're trying to shoot a sprinter or a snail, the autofocus fails miserably and just ends up hunting around and never finding anything, or sometimes just giving up completely. In situations like that, I found it quicker to just switch to manual focus and focus that way, rather than mess around with the autofocus and try to get that working. So while the adapter works pretty well for photography, if you're hoping to use it for any sort of video work, then you're going to be pretty disappointed. So the Fotga adapter seems to somehow focus even slower in video mode than it does in photo mode, and it also won't continuously autofocus, which means that after you've hit that record button, you're going to have to manually focus your lenses. The Fotga adapter also has a few other features besides autofocus. The Fotga adapter also lets you control lens aperture from within the camera body, and this is good because some cheaper adapters won't let you do this, and instead they'll have their own sort of dial or ring, or some even just won't let you change aperture at all. So it's good the Fotga adapter includes this, and it also means that it won't matter whether you're using native or an adapted lens, they're both going to behave and they're both going to operate the same way, which means less confusion for you. Fotga also says that their adapter will support the image stabilization found in some lenses, but I haven't had a chance to try it out. I imagine though that similar to the autofocusing, the image stabilization would probably be a lot worse than on normal native lenses, but again, I'm not 100% sure. The Fotga adapter is actually built pretty well. The adapter is made of a strong plastic and it has metal lens mounts on both sides, making it overall pretty durable. Connecting everything up is super easy. You just connect one end of the adapter into the camera body, and into the other end you connect a compatible lens and you're good to go. Once everything's connected up, it fits together pretty snugly, although there is a little bit of movement between the Fotga adapter and the camera body. The Fotga adapter also has a tripod mount on the bottom, which is handy if you're going to be connecting larger lenses, as it'll allow you to connect it at that point to the tripod versus underneath your camera body, and it'll keep everything more stable and more balanced. So overall, for around 80 bucks, this adapter is certainly not the cheapest you can buy, so you're going to want to make sure it's right for you. If you're going to be shooting landscapes or product photography and can afford to slow down your shooting a bit, then maybe this adapter is right for you. But if you're not going to use the autofocus features, then you're probably going to be better off just getting a cheaper, basic mechanical adapter, which you can get for like 15 bucks. And certainly if you need fast autofocus, either for photos or video, then you're really only going to be able to use the native lenses for your camera. So that just about rounds up my review of the Fotga Sony E-mount to Canon EF mount lens adapter. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave them down below. And while you're there, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, I'd like to say a massive thank you to my friend Jordan, who lent me his camera gear so I could check all of this stuff out. He's actually made a few short films of his own, and I've left the link to one of them down in the video description, and it'd be awesome if you could check that out. Apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.